Hi everyone on YouTube, What Goku here again. I just wanted to show you the performance of 3DMark11, which is a DirectX 11 benchmark for video cards and CPUs. And it's made from the same company, FutureMark, that makes 3DMark Vantage that we already ran a benchmark on. This is just a part 2 of it. And as I've been saying, most of these videos, it's the best idea is for most of my videos is just to watch them all in one go, because most of the video is just one length of me recording and cutting the videos into different chunks. So if you miss a piece of information that I said from some of the other videos, or confused about something, you can go back and just play them all at the same time. That's what I recommend. I'm really sorry about that, because YouTube only allows me to upload up to 15-minute length of videos at a time. So something I forgot to show you guys about my computer is, in case anybody was wondering, this is my reservoir. This is what holds the water for the computer. So if anybody's wondering what this is, this holds all the water in my computer. Then the water goes, into here, into that black thing right there. You see the black thing where I'm pointing? That is my pump, the SwiftTech pump. It pumps through to that big tube right there, the one that's curled at the top. It goes over there and goes right into my water cooling radiator right here on this side. Then it goes out from the radiator back in, and it goes right to the center of the bottom left hand corner, the center of the SwiftTech XT Revision 1 water block. It goes out to the top right hand corner of the CPU water block, which is right in the center, so right there. And that goes back out, which is this tube right here, the one that's on top of the pump, the water cooling pump, and that goes back to the top of the reservoir, which is here, the other side of the reservoir. So there's two connectors. So if anybody was wondering, it's just one big loop. This is easy water cooling loop. It's only CPU loop only, so it's pretty much the easiest you can get. If you're wondering what this thing is, right here, this is the Microsoft USB wireless adapter that came with my, it's like a wireless receiver. It came with my wireless Xbox 360 controller that I use for the computer. So let me get that for a second and I'll show you what that is. I play a lot of racing games and different kinds of games, and sometimes you don't want to use a keyboard with the racing games. I used to like to use the keyboard for the first-person shooter games. So you get a controller like this. This is the old school Revision 1 wireless Xbox 360 controller, so you use no wires. You just turn it on, and pretty much you can control from the receiver through USB, and you can play all your games with the controller. So this is why I say, people, you don't really need an Xbox. A lot of these games on the computer, you can still use the Xbox 360 controller and still have fun and still play games on the computer, just with better graphics. It's pretty much, they're all the same. Xbox 360, PS3, they're all really the same. So my settings are the same for this video. I'm using all stock settings on the EVGA 670 GTX for the one graphics card. I'm factory overclock, so I'm not overclocking any settings. Fan, auto speed fan setting. And we're just going to run 3DMark Vantage 11 right now. Make sure Fraps is opened. Fraps will be in the right hand corner, and that's going to display the frames per second of what you're seeing. So if you're wondering how fast it is and what you're getting, I'm also recording the temperatures and the max settings. So this is the highest settings we're getting when we're running the benchmark right now. So I'm running you can see upgrade later. Now I'm using the original, pretty much pirate version of 3DMark11. So this is a professional edition. So we're just going to run basic performance test, which on here it's saying 1280 by 720, so it's 720p resolution, just a basic test. So these are real easy to compare. And I'm just going to run the benchmark test. They have a full experience video, and pretty much it just shows a little video. But these are just a regular benchmark test right out of the box. This is what you would run. And the reason why I'm running the performance settings I kind of talked about this in 3DMark Vantage review. You really want something to compare to. So if somebody has a different video card than you, they might not be able to run, they might not have a 1920 by 1080 monitor, so they might not be able to run the same settings as you. So it's a really good idea to just put it on performance and kind of compare the results of them. Now this is the 3DMark Vantage was DirectX 9, DirectX 10 benchmark. This is 3DMark 11. So this runs on DirectX 11 graphics, and it brings video cards down to their knees. As you can see right here, you know, Battlefield we're getting 60 frames per second, or Battlefield 3, but on here we're only getting 35 frames per second, 36. So I mean, hands down, this really brings video cards down to its knees. FutureMark, which is a company that produces 3D all of them, 3DMark 06, 3DMark Vantage, and 3DMark 11. They pretty much have these for testing different kinds of hardware, you know, and getting different kinds of results, and this helps out people who like to benchmark and overclock, because you can, this used to be one of my hobbies. I used to love to take all this computer equipment and just benchmark and overclock the best I can and get the highest score. It was kind of like a game. So you can see right here I was getting 57 frames per second. I'm pretty sure you guys seen 3DMark 11 scores. I just wanted to show you what I get with just the one stock EVGA 670 GTX for the win graphics card. I was reading online, FutureMark is actually trying to make another version after 3DMark 11, another version, like an upgraded version that's more demanding than this, because we have so many new DirectX 11 video cards right now. So we'll just have to see when that comes out. I can't wait for that. You can hear real silent, real silent. It's loading right now, so you can see again 38 frames per second. This test is really demanding 29 frames per second. If you were to play a game, your frames per second wouldn't be this low, even at 720p. This is just like highly demanding DirectX 11 tessellation features and shadowing and soft shadows and just the highest DirectX 11. This is pretty much just made to stress your video cards and bring them to their knees to the lowest frames per second. Now this one's really cool. This is a physics test, and I don't know if you see these balls, they crash. And this one's for your CPU, so it's kind of like the other on 3DMark Vantage. You'll see like these circle donuts that have planes that fly through them that test the physics of the CPU. This is where you're getting your CPU scores from the physics on there. Now this is a combined test, and what this does is it combines your GPU physics kind of and the you know, like the tessellation and the CPU features, so it kind of combines both of them to do the same workload. Yeah, I like to do 3DMark Vantage and DirectX or 3DMark 11, both of them at the same time. They give you both a good case scenario, you know, so I like to test both of them. Okay, so the test is over, and let's see what we got. So we got a pretty decent score right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's P score of 9284, and the graphics score, I don't know how well you can see it. First, hold on, I'll show you the okay, so my temps, the highest temp I got right here on MSI Afterburner is 78 degrees. Fan speed was only 52. That noise you're hearing right there, it's like a buzzing, whining noise. That's not the video card. Yeah, that noise right there, that is the Corsair the Corsair GS 800 power supply fan. It does that when it kicks on and off when you're loading a program, but once the fan's spinning to 100% completion, it really doesn't make that noise. And it's not that bad. Usually when I'm playing video games or something like that, I have my headphones on, I can't hear any of it. So, and that doesn't kick on when you're playing games. It's just like right when you're about to kick on your GPU or Prime 95, that's when you get that kind of buzzing noise. and I read online it's pretty, a lot of people have that for that power supply. So yeah, right here the boost clock, the highest I got right here was, wow, 1202 megahertz. Average was probably 1150 megahertz, maybe more. Yeah, the VRAM, the memory usage, was pretty low. I only see 885 megabyte VRAM. Okay, so back to the score, sorry about that. The performance score, because I just ran performance setting right out of the box, was P9284. So that's the main score that you want right there. The graphics score right here. So this is your main one when you want to test a graphics card. It'll give you like a good number. 9307 for the graphics score. So 9307. For the physics score, it was 10,356. And then the combined score, which is the graphics and physics score, they could kind of combine them somehow. In that other test I told you about, 7,912. So I mean, it's not bad at all. Pretty much everything's the same. I don't know why it's saying HD 3000 graphics. That's not true, but yeah, pretty much. You can see the HD 3000 is the graphics built into the Intel Core i7-2600K Sandybridge CPU, so it's built into there. I don't use it, I don't need it, you know, just another option. Okay, so that's pretty much 3DMark11 Vantage, or 3DMark benchmark for you guys. I hope you liked it, and in the description I will try to take pictures, screenshots. So if it was blurry in the video, I will take final screenshots and upload them to Flickr. And then I'll put links in the description. Just please try to wait on the description. I'm still trying to edit all these videos out and put different links in the description, so I'm sorry for the wait.